What's up to all my freelancers and creatives? This is Nathan, and everything you are about to hear is based on a true story. Let me start off by saying I'm a little bit in my feelings as I make this video. Something just happened and I have to tell you about it. I just sent an email out to my newsletter list. Now, some people unsubscribed from that, but that's natural. People always unsubscribe, and really you're getting down to those who are more engaged. So unsubscribes are a good thing. What I was shocked to see is some of the influencers that I followed unsubscribed from my newsletter list. However, here's the thing that I have the problem with. They unsubscribed from my newsletter for whatever reason, and literally minutes later, like 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, they send me an email with 1,200 words, I counted, 1,200 words trying to sell me a product. Now, more than likely, this was automation. It just was in their sequence to send me some type of email. But I must admit, I'm a little annoyed because they're not willing to receive emails from me just about general information and providing value. However, they want me to purchase from them. This is not the first time I've actually felt like this before. I remember purchasing a product from a creator for about $300, only for the creator just to give up on the product and not even finish it. This person was also on my email newsletter list, and they unsubscribed and were no longer willing to read my emails. Now, maybe the fact that I'm getting unsubscribes is an indication that I need to revamp my email newsletter and rewrite it. However, this brings up another important point. If you want to engage people online and build trust with others in your marketing, you have to be willing to reciprocate. I see this problem everywhere, and it seems the more influence people tend to get online, the less they reciprocate. It's like unlocking an achievement level on a video game. When you get to level 10, then you're at level 10. Now you can ignore everyone who gave you the experience points to get to level 10. Is this really what we're coming to now on the internet as we build our brands, as we build our businesses, and as we shape our audiences? Is it really coming to the point that we're only building up an audience to get millions of followers on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, your email list, whatever it may be? We're building up a brand only just to sell to them. I mentioned the examples I did earlier because there is a huge opportunity nowadays when building your business, and that is you have the ability to reciprocate. If you have an online audience, more than likely you're getting their attention. They're reading your blog articles, they're reading your emails, and they're buying your products. And maybe they even are transitioning to become your clients. So in other words, you're putting in work, but they're also giving something to you. Reciprocation is not only based on giving somebody something in hopes of getting something in return, but reciprocation also extends to attention. Some people in your audience just want to feel heard. I remember years ago, I was working at a web hosting company, and I used to deal with something called supervisor calls. Now, supervisor calls are pretty much people who are upset and they want to complain, and they immediately want to talk to a supervisor. Even though I wasn't a supervisor or manager, they would still pass on supervisor calls to me because Nathan knows how to diffuse a situation. There's no secret to what I did. I would literally get on the call, allow the person to speak, let them feel heard, and honestly solve the problem that I probably could have solved if they just told me what it was to begin with. But the real thing is the person just wanted to be heard, and they just wanted to know someone was listening to them. So someone who was upset and willing to cancel their service was willing to switch and stay at the company and continue to give us money if someone would just listen to them. I remember purchasing a product from a fellow freelancer. I wanted to support them and lift them up and just show them that, you know, hey, your work is appreciated in what you're doing. I didn't need the product that they had, but I just wanted to support whatever it is they were doing. I purchased the product from them, and that was that. I never heard from them. I never heard a thank you. I didn't expect one. I just did that to support them. A little while later, I asked them to contribute to something that I was working on, and they literally brushed me off like I didn't matter. Here's the point that I'm getting to. This is not someone ranting in front of a camera because they feel scorned. What I'm saying is, if you are going to brush me to the side, why don't you at least take the time to look and see if I'm actually a customer? I believe we're in a time where customer service is dying. People really don't want to serve someone. They want to start a business really to get money from people, not to help people solve a problem and make their lives better. That's the essence of business. The essence of any business is you're solving a problem from someone and their life is made that much more better because they interacted with your solution. Sure, maybe that person in your audience didn't give you actual money, but they still gave you something of value, and that was their time and attention. They're watching your videos, they're reading your blog posts, they're taking in your content. All of that takes time. And I can definitely say the person who brushed me to the side, I probably will never buy a product from them ever again because they simply just didn't take the time to acknowledge me or at least look up to see I'm a customer and give a more crafted response. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just saying, why would I continue to invest in someone that honestly doesn't have any time for me? A little known story, I also reached out to Seth Godin, a renowned marketing expert, and asked him to help me on a project and to contribute to something. And guess what? Seth Godin emailed me back. Now, Seth Godin said no, he was unable to help. However, the fact that Seth Godin, as busy as he is, as many books as he writes, as many interviews as he gets invited to, as many conferences as he speaks at, the fact that busy Seth Godin can take the time to talk to Nathan and send Nathan an email just to say no shows he knows about the importance of attention and the fact that I'm in his audience. He wasn't too busy just to tell me no. I've also emailed CEOs of other companies and presidents of other companies, and they've always had time to even tell me yes, they can work with me for a short amount of time, or they say no. But the fact is, they took the time to respond. The essence of what I'm saying in totality is your audience is not an amalgamation of click-through rates. You know, your audience is not something that you present at a conference to show that you're a guru, but you really ignore on a day-to-day basis. The people in your audience are not just numbers, they're human beings. And behind each human, it may be a family that you have a direct line of communication to impact and change that family's life forever. I want to pose the question, why are you doing this? Who are you doing this for? Are you really doing this to build up an audience to help people, or you really just want money? False authenticity is disingenuous. If you really are not doing it to help as many people as you can, to really help people get to a certain point, to help people level up, to help others grow, if you're really not looking to do that and you just want money, be honest with yourself. If you're unable to engage your audience directly, answer emails, talk to people, and really help invest in them because they're reciprocating attention and sometimes money to you, if you're not able to do that, be honest with yourself and tell your audience you cannot do that. Let them know you cannot answer every email. Let them know you can't say yes to every interview or invitation to go to a podcast. Set some standards and stick to it. One of the reasons I respect Gary Vaynerchuk online is he knows he can't reach everyone in his audience for that one-on-one interactions. So he sets up avenues to have that interaction. The Ask Gary V show was something to where people can ask questions and he gives answers. He doesn't get to everybody's question, but he answers as many as he can. So now it becomes an issue of, are you able to get your question submitted on time to be answered, rather than him ignoring people? Whatever level you can do, you definitely have to reciprocate. It may look different for each person, but again, certain tactics of the past that are hiding behind automation will not work going forward. In a time where more and more people are leaning towards machine learning, that human interaction is going to be big in re-engaging your audience. I said a lot, but this is what I'm saying. If you're an online creator, a maker, you have any type of courses, you're an author, you've written an info product, you are a designer, you are a developer, you're someone who has built their business and you have somewhat of an audience. What I'm saying directly to you is, if you want to be successful going forward, you are going to have to reciprocate. People have already invested money, time, and attention into your business. Water those people, water those seeds. Let those things grow into something that may be a larger client in the future. You're not going to get anywhere if you currently have an audience and you're looking to become an influencer, but you can't even tend to your audience now with 50 people, but you want 50,000 people to follow you. Thank you for taking the time to check out this episode. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked anything I had to say in this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you are listening on the podcast, feel free to leave me a review. I use those reviews to make these episodes better and also to get feedback on what I should talk about next. I said a lot this episode and it may sound like a rant, but honestly and truly, reciprocating is a huge opportunity. I can honestly say there's been times that I've genuinely helped people just to help them, and it led to work in the future. Now the key is, that's not all I can do. I can't spend all my time helping people because then I don't have a business, I have a charity. So I can't spend all my time helping people. However, if I help people, they'll see that I genuinely want them to be made better, and it's a key incentive. And it's almost a preview of what it would be like to really work with me. If I show that I care when money hasn't been transacted, how much more will I care when money has been transacted and they invest and pay my fee, pay my price, pay my quote? How much more will I do? Reciprocation is a huge opportunity for people online, and not everyone is doing it. That's what I had for this episode, and I guess I'm going to be put to the test because now people are probably going to reach out to me and see if I reciprocate. I believe I will. I will catch you in the next episode. See ya.